What is up, guys? It's El Sound Alchemist y aquí estoy con
Gersh1.
Y otra vez we got another for the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. That is what Impulse in the Zone did. He asks, has a Space Marine ever fell in love, or have they ever defected to live a normal life and become a farmer, like my boy Thanos? No. So, when a Space Marine becomes a Space Marine, they have one thing ingrained into their minds, and that is that they are angels of death, and they are there to fight for the Emperor's cause, fight for the Imperium of Man, even if it means killing farmers, peasants, high lords. They're there to kill. They are warriors.
Yeah. The best instance of this would be the fan film Astartes.
Yes.
You can see how methodical they are, how pinpoint their accuracy is. If they're there to take you down, chances are nothing is going to stop them until they take you down.
Yep. Check out our 40 facts on the daily life of a Space Marine, and you'll kind of understand how every single day for a Space Marine is very regimented. They know exactly what they're going to do. Not only that, but after every drill, they have a moment of prayer and a moment to reflect on the fact that they are only tools to be used by the Emperor. They do not have any type of social life. With all of that said, there are certain Ultramarine successor chapters that do have connections with their families. It's just that they are seen more as like protectors of the realm, and not so much like, oh, there's my Uncle John who became a Space Marine. Hi. No. It's more like, this guy, this is my Uncle John who became a Space Marine. We don't see him anymore because he's out fighting for the Emperor. He never comes back.
Tear.
Yeah, I hope that answers that question. Next question.
This one is by Defool06. Are there any females amongst the skittari ranks?
Yes. The skittari do not, they do not discriminate. If you know what a skittari is, it's kind of sad.
They're an equal opportunity employer.
Yeah, so basically you're a notch above a servitor.
Yeah.
So if you do become a skittari, you're just a servant to whatever tech priest or dominus, tech priest dominus, I think it is called, controls your protocols and inputs that into your mind. It's sad. Keeping it with the whole skittari, Dufool06 asks, what is the average lifespan of a skittari? Very short, mostly because of the fact that, like the Imperial Guard, they are for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to either defend or attack. So they are constantly on the field of battle, killing and mutilating.
Oh man. Mutilating?
Next question.
Ty Shingleton. As the tower continuing to expand, will they become more susceptible to the effects of chaos? Are they even aware of chaos and the warp? Yes and yes. During their, I want to say, 4th sphere expansion, they actually got sent into the warp. And it is believed that they saw images of Zeech or Zeechian things, and when they came out, they were changed. So much so that they almost caused a freaking civil war between the Kroot and the Vespids. And also another huge instance of Tau versus Chaos was when Farsight was on the death world of Arthas Malak. There he found the Dawnblade, and at the same time he lost all 3 of his ethereals. They were all beheaded by the Khorne demons, and they had a brawl against Zeechian demons and Khorne demons as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Tau have had their scuffles with chaos. They know about it, and to them it's a pretty big threat. Even though they barely register in the warp, but it's still a threat nonetheless.
Yeah. Next question comes from Johnny Kolg. Could an Ogren be turned into a Space Marine? And if it was theoretically possible, what do you think the result would be in the lore and on the tabletop? So the answer is no. An Ogryn can't be turned into a Space Marine because the process of becoming a Space Marine requires a genetically... basically a boy that doesn't have any type of abhuman mutation. And an Ogryns is an abhuman. He is just a giant abhuman. If it was theoretically possible, so let's just jump into the realm of like speculation, theories. What would it look like? I think its intelligence would have to be bumped up.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it would have to be something along the lines of like the biggest, strongest type of Space Marine. Maybe not so much one that you can field an entire unit of, but maybe like one special Space Marine, kind of like the Lone Wolf character in the Space Wolves Codex.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that would be kind of cool, because it would be rare for them to become Space Marines, because of the indoctrination process and the whatever the process for initiation is called, where like they probe the mind. I think most Ogryns would fail.
Yeah, because they're pretty simple-minded fellows.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Mosborn54. If you were to make a regiment derived entirely of a warrior-based faction from another sci-fi franchise, who would it be? My choice would be the Mandalorians from Star Wars.
Yeah. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Especially because of the movie or whatever.
Yeah, the Mandalorian coming. Is it a movie or is it a
show?
series?
I think it's a show, yeah.
Disney Plus, get here already.
You know Bill Burr is in there?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's crazy. Okay, so what...
The only thing that's coming into my... I mean, there's so many, but the only thing that's coming into my mind would be the Terminators. What is it, the T-1000s or whatever?
For them to become...
Space Marines or whatever? Like, just have a whole Space Marine regiment of, like, AI robots. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that has, like, a big amount of, like a race.
Wookiees.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Because I was thinking, like, the Z-Warriors, but there's only, like, what, 20 of them? So that's going to be a small regiment. Yeah, I don't know. What would you guys choose? Comment down in the comment section.
Yeah, there's so many, and we're just, like, blanking.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one's a question's for you. This one's by
Yes.
This one's by Tambo Track. Can orcs cry?
No, it's just not biologically needed.
Yet.
Next question comes from Private Slacker. I wonder why we cry. Comment down in the comment section below if you know why we cry.
It's to clear our pores or our eyes out.
But why does it only happen when sad things happen?
Oh, you're talking about sad stuff. I thought you were talking about, like, the biologicalness.
Well, because, like...
Because you're so manly, you're trying to push away the...
But, like, if it's like, okay, I'm trying to clear that portion of my eyes, why even have that portion there? Like, why are the tear ducts important? If you know the answer, just comment down in the comment section below. But anyways, Private Slacker says, what kinds of real-world jobs do you have or have had before going full-time?
Bus boys.
Yes, that was probably the most fun I've ever had in any type of job. We were bus boys. We were both bus boys at the same restaurant. It was the Walter Payton's Roundhouse. We can say that now because we don't. It's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
It's owned by a different company now. Not Walter Payton because he is dead. But yeah. The complex was huge.
Yeah.
Well, he was dead when we worked there too, I guess, so it doesn't really matter. But for all you football fans, we like came this close to the rings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Obama there at one point?
Yeah.
At the Roundhouse?
Yeah. We didn't see him, but he was there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the complex was huge.
It was haunted.
It was haunted, and like this, and it would be like we would only work there on the weekends because this is back in high school, and I would pull like 13-hour day.
13-hour job.
13-hour days, yeah,
shifts,
whatever it's called. Going from the breakfast all the way to like
dinner,
the bar. Or
yeah,
not, like,
that's true. Yeah.
After dinner, they'd take us to the bar area.
Yeah,
that's fun.
We'd have those like brunches.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was pretty hardcore. I think that was the best job I ever had.
It was definitely fun, but like once I hit college and I started putting more hours into it, it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were also stealing from us. It wasn't a good company.
It's like, here, you get paid $4 an hour,
yeah.
but we'll make it up for you in tips.
No, we're going into those tips too. But we were young and stupid. Next question comes from Ty Shingleton.
Young, dumb, and full of
fun.
Sure.
As the tower continuing to expand, will they? Have we already answered this? Yes,
we did.
Yes. Next question.
This one's by Epic Golden Piggy. Has there been any way to control a Tyranid through technology or other methods? That way you can break apart a hive fleet only to come under new rule.
So the answer is initially yes, because a Tyranid is just, or a lot of Tyranids are just animals. You see it with orc, when you see like kit-bashed orcs riding on top of like hormigons or like termagants or stuff like that. And then you see like the Adeptus Mechanicus like probing like Tyranid stuff. The thing is that they haven't been able to crack what Synapses actually does and how to control it. The person that came the closest was an Inquisitor by the name of Inquisitor... do you remember the dude's name?
Inquisitor Miguelito?
Miguelito. Yeah. No, I can't remember the guy's name.
It wasn't Cryptman, was it?
Yeah, it was Cryptman. Yeah. So it was Inquisitor Cryptman who somehow cracked the code and understood that gene stealers are what caused the hive fleet, and they threw that to the Octarius sector, creating the Octarius War, sometimes called the Octavian sector, the Octavian War, where they pit like Tyranids versus the orcs and they fought against each other. But that's as close as they've gotten to understanding it. Yeah. Next question comes from Clock. Will Grimaldus become a Primaris? Yeah.
I think everybody will.
Yeah, Grimaldus is one of like a really popular named character. We've noticed.
Yeah.
So yes.
I think if not Grimaldus, then at least Miguelito has to.
Yeah, Inquisitor Miguelito. Last question. What do you got?
This one is by Slippery Paddle. Do you think that the Emperor truly was going to get rid of the Primarchs after conquering the entire galaxy? Seems kind of a waste. And I know the Big E was a very pragmatic AF.
Yes. Why? No doubt in my mind. Because that's what he did. That's what he did with the Thunder Warriors. They had a purpose. And he even I think that is the reason why the Emperor decided not to give Space Marines the ability to have families and children and have all that side. It's because at the end of the day, they're there for a reason. They're there to prosecute the wars. They're not there to become the new humanity. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think that he was gonna destroy the Space Marines and the Primarchs.
Sad, but probably true.
Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below.
Yeah, hit us up on the Patreons, the Book of Faces, and we'll see you next time. Sound Alchemist?
Gershwan.
We're out.
Oh, I used to put my freedom first in